There's been a lot of talk about mass student loan forgiveness once President-elect Joe Biden takes office, and a lot of thoughts and a lot of talk about this, a lot of questions. Peter Dunn, also known to us as Pete the Planner, joins me now with some information. We're going to discuss all this and why it's not obviously simple as just wiping out those debts and how it could make college more expensive for some moving forward. Pete, good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, I have to admit, Angela, this is a controversial topic for a lot of people because there's a lot of emotion behind people who have put themselves through college and this idea that all of a sudden other people's debts are going to be forgiven. So we have to admit, this can get emotional for people.
Yeah, because people are like, well, it's not fair, and I had to do this, and you didn't have to do that. But let's just start with kind of overall what you think is maybe the biggest picture that we need to take away when we are thinking about it or debating it.
Sure. So there's two big issues going on. The first one's not even really being addressed, and that's that college is getting increasingly more expensive. So let's park that fella off to the side. The second issue is that people have so much student loan debt that it's a burden to their financial lives. And that's what this student loan forgiveness idea tries to address, Angela. And let's just take a number. Let's say that the government says they're going to forgive $10,000 of everyone's student loans. Okay, so here's what we have to consider. Number one, is the person actually paying on their student loans right now, or are they in default? Because if they're in default and those debts are forgiven, it doesn't actually improve the person's life because they weren't making payments anyway. And I say that respectfully. The second issue here, and you and I were talking about during the break, who qualifies? Like who's going to have their student loans forgiven? And that's where this gets pretty nuanced.
Yeah, because for example, if somebody's making enough money right now to pay their student loan bill, some people could say, well, let's all work together and you could pay yours. Well, if someone else can't afford it right now, they get it. That is where then people might say, but that's not fair, it's not right. What would you say to them?
I try not to get up too caught up in the fair and not fair tax argument.
Because it's going to help maybe
this into a tax situation, right? Because if we're forgiving all of these debts, if the government is forgiving these debts, that's coming out of tax revenue because it's a future obligation, a revenue obligation for the government. So that is to say, if this happens, this will likely be like stimulus payments where you have to make a certain amount of money. Employment could be a part of this. I think this is going to happen, and I think it's going to be lower in the $10,000 amount range, Angela, but I think it's going to get even more complicated. And again, I think we just have to listen to each other and acknowledge that some people are very upset that they don't think this is fair.
Yeah, and I wonder too, is there anything else that you're thinking that we're not considering about this that could be, when, for example, you or me, maybe, it was years ago that we paid off our student debt, and now you're saying, but look, if this money is going to help someone else, it is going to help everyone in the long run somehow.
That's how it's supposed to work, right? If people have more money to spend on the economy because they don't have a debt, then it helps all of us. But the big issue here, is that the college is so expensive that it caused a lot of these burdens. And if we just wipe out everyone's debt and we don't fix the college affordability issue, we're going to be right back in this situation in 7 or 8 years anyway.
I have a junior in high school. So now that we're looking at, wait, it might cost $100,000 or more to send your kid to school at a certain college. You're like, wait, how does that work? All right.
Via Zoom.
Yeah, there you go. Pete, good to see you. Always great to kind of think about things and learn more. We'll see you next time. Melissa.